welcome to a Moment of Harmony. We are having a Sunday moment. I'm so grateful to you all for joining me on a Sunday moment, especially during the week of celebration of Kwanzaa, because our schedules, for those of us that do celebrate Kwanzaa, our schedules are so busy. And on top of our schedules being so busy, and we're having so much to do, many of us are working through Kwanzaa and all of the festivities that take place throughout an entire week. So I'm just really saying I'm always grateful for a Sunday, super grateful for a Kwanzaa Sunday. I know we're tired. Over on my part of things, I got some Kwanzaa queens that I gave birth to. My daughters were born 10 years and 1 day apart. So today is Beautiful's Day, Ujamaa. Tomorrow is Lovely's Day, Nia. And they are turning sassy 6 and sweet 16 this year. So happy birthday to my beautiful girls, my extraordinary queens. I love you. Everything mommy does is for you girls, okay? It's for you girls to grow up to be phenomenal women, okay? Love you. Light. So much fun today. We are celebrating you. We are celebrating the culture. We are celebrating each other this week. So happy holidays to all as we count down to a new year and all of these things. Welcome, okay? Welcome. Happy birthday. Shout out to my girls. For anyone else, Kwanzaa queens, Mama Ife had a birthday on the 27th. I'm trying to think who else's birthday is during Kwanzaa. My cousin Chase. Happy birthday, Chase. He has a Kwanzaa birthday. Look at all these Kwanzaa people. There's just birthdays, you know, all over the place. Happy birthday. Happy day of festivities, enlightenment, community, family, and togetherness. I'm super excited for us to be here today. Of course, the week has been weeking, so we are on a Sunday moment. We are operating in meiotic moments. This is the series that we're in right now. We're going through the 42 laws of Mayat. We are on week number 31, law number 31. And we have been wrecking and trucking every week, moving through these laws, making these laws practical, providing ourselves with tools that help us to be more operational in our growth and our development of self. So welcome again, blessings again, and let's get it in. Okay, boys. So the week that we're working in right now is I have not exaggerated my words. I do want to just take a quick second. Y'all know I can never just glaze over Kwanzaa. For those that do celebrate Kwanzaa, okay, for those of us that are taking part in cultural festivities, we are coming together and learning the principles of Kwanzaa and how we can operate them 365 days a year. I definitely want to give a special shout out to those families that are operating within that in this mind frame, that are taking this time, because it really becomes it's great for us, and it also becomes a lot for us. So when we think about like the holiday season and sometimes the frenzy of it and the gathering and the putting together, for those that celebrate Kwanzaa, and there are other holidays, Hanukkah, and you know, there are a number of other holidays where the holiday season is more than just one day. And so, you know, the frenzy of keeping it all together, bringing everyone together. Today would be, again, the fourth. We're on the fourth day of Kwanzaa. We're on Ujima, which is, or some people say Ujima, but Ujima, which is cooperative economics. It's cooperative economics, and it's very important for us to be able to focus on cooperative economics and being able to expand ourselves in such a way as a community that our economics are cooperative, because we live in a very divisive society. We live in a community of or a climate, shall I say, over community. We live in a climate of divisiveness, especially around our finances, our resources, and our economics. So economics that we practice now, peace. The economics that we practice now, peace, everyone. Welcome, welcome, Baragani. The everything that all of the economics that are a part of our social construct now are divisive economics. So cooperative economics would be the exact opposite. It would be the exact answer. It would be the exact uplift that we really need. So divisive economics, meaning that in order to take part in our economic structures and our financial structures, because we live in a capitalistic society, the economic structure in place and the economy, like everyone's been talking about, pulls us away from our health, away from our rest, away from our families, away from our dreams, away from our children, It just is divisive. It is a economic system that breaks us down, isolates us, wears us out, and drains us. Cooperative economics is exactly the opposite of that. So cooperative economics is us coming together so that everyone is putting into the pot, so that everyone is growing, everyone is benefiting, and we're living in a everyone has, not a dog eat dog, not the have and the have not, but more than enough for everyone type of society. So that's what we're working on today when for those that are celebrating Kwanzaa. So I just wanted to give a shout out to that, okay? Shout out to Kwanzaa. I know there's so much talk about it all the time, but we're celebrating, and this is one of those days. The other thing, for those that operate in all of the calendars, right? I know there's always talk about Western calendar as opposed to, all other types of calendars, what year we're actually in, cultural calendars, astrological calendars. For those of us that's operating in all of them, because we're actually in the reality of all of them at the same time, we are coming up on a new year. We are coming up on a new year. We are days away from it. So I'm wanting everyone to be in good health. I'm wanting everyone to be in good favor. I'm wanting and praying and encouraging us all to continue to move forward happily. I'm hearing a lot about how 2024 was hard, or it was bad, or it was unfavorable. And I'm saying I've had some rough years leading up to 24. 24 was a blessed year. I'm actually really grateful for 24, but I've had some rough years leading up into that point. And I'm saying, hey, if you have a year at the end where you're still here, you're still breathing, you have the opportunity to fulfill your goals, missions, desires in life, to wake up in a new year and be your better self. You've made the count. You're still in this place, being your best self. I want to say you are blessed. I want to say I'm grateful that you are here. And I really hope that we just, whatever we're going through, because life is life, and you know what I'm saying? We're spending money, we're making moves, we are creating new, revenue. We doing all types of things. Okay. We're working. Work is crazy. Work is crazy for you, I say. But guess what? At the end of the day, we are about to face and see 2025 if we are ever so blessed to be able to do so. There are many people who will not see that at midnight, for those that follow those structures of, this side of the world. There'll be people who will not be a part of this new year. So I'm just saying, I want all of us to have love and light as we approach the changes, as we approach the seasons. All the seasons matter. All the seasons are divine. And we are especially excited about seasons like this that bring us together, that help us have conversations about growth, development, better manifestation, hope, and focus onto the betterment and empowerment and improvement of ourselves. So super duper excited for you. Now, let's get into our moment. That was a long introduction. Let's get into our moment today. I have not exaggerated my words when speaking the truth. I have not exaggerated my words when speaking the truth. So we have been in a series, Meiotic Moments, following 42 laws of Ma'at, getting into them, breaking them down. And we've been doing this in alignment with becoming our better self. Peace and welcome to everyone. In alignment with becoming our better selves, with growing ourselves to a next level of operation. Many times, I always use throughout this entire series, I've used the analogy of painting a home that is falling apart. Many times when we want to become our better selves, we are externally focused. What we are wearing, what we're watching, what we're eating, those things, or consuming, those things are very important to our development and transformation. But the core of transformation is yourself at the center. Who are you? Who you are and how you are is how your life is. So this meiotic series has been greatly geared towards us improving our character development, character empowerment, character transformation, making sure that we are not held to traumas, cycles, patterns, curses, generational curses that are destroying and delaying our graduation of self today. We don't want that. So we are here at a Moment of Harmony. We have which is all about growing, healing, becoming our better selves, loving ourselves, enlightening ourselves, and spiritually advancing ourselves. So, in this likeness or in this arena, we are definitely big on character. Who are you at your core? What are the buttons that are being pushed inside of you that are operating you? Ashe, ashe. Okay? So, I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. I always give this disclaimer. I absolutely am coming, Mayat is coming from ancient Kemetic practices. This just so happens to be my school of thought. This so happens to be the base of my studies and practices. But it does not have to be yours, right? It does not have to be yours. Mayat is based in truth, light, civilization, and up righteousness is based in righteousness. And any way that you define or walk in righteousness in your life, please do. You're welcomed here. It's all right and it's all light up in her. Okay, so that's all. There's in no way that I am trying to convince or what is it, I'm not trying to convince you or convert you. Let's say that. No convincing, no converting. All love and light here, coming from my frame of reference and from source, and whatever source that is for you. Come on, bring it on in here. Okay, sit with us. At the end of the day, are we getting better, or are we getting better together? That's the whole point here at a moment of harmony. So I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. Whew. Now, these laws that were set forth by our ancestors, set forth in ancient Kemet, in order to actualize and regulate civilization, these laws came about for us to be able to have great character, great righteousness, great upstanding beingness in our human experience while we are here getting along with each other, getting to know each other, growing and developing life together, because we are doing that every generation, every decade. We are just gathering life, we are just creating life, we are leveling up, we are recreating, we are being innovative. Like, life is, we are building and creating lives ourselves as the human beings or spirits in our human forms. And so it's saying, as we are going to coexist, as we are going to grow and accomplish our goals and become our spiritual and reach our spiritual elevation or elevated selves, we need regulation. We need certain things that we abide by. We need rules, we need guidelines, and these are what those are. And many religions have them, from the surahs and from or surahs, or what is the other word, commandments. There's every single one. Okay, every single religion have guidelines in which every single spiritual practice, these rules that we operate by. And at the core of all of them is how we treat each other and how it transforms us. And the 42 laws of Mayat are no different. They are greatly surrounded or greatly centered around how we show up for one another, how we show up in this world, and how we develop ourselves. The entire point of life, the entire point of existence, is the development of our spirit into its divine elevation. Growing and developing my spirit into divine elevation. We all have different routes to get there. We all have different stories that we're a part. We all have different things that we must conquer and different missions in order to get to the same goal: the elevation of our spiritual awareness and beingness. We just want to level up. We want to make our spirit strong and worthy of all other existences, including this one. Okay, so I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. This law it's very blatantly sounds like I haven't lied, right? But why wouldn't our ancestors just say, I haven't lied? Because this law, even though it sounds like I haven't exaggerated my words through speaking, sounds very simple, like I just haven't lied. It is not necessarily that. There are stories, there are narratives that we tell ourselves, that we tell others, and that we project into our lives that are not exact and true, and they are not productive and beneficial to us. And they are not necessarily lies, but they are narratives that have in some way been distorted, outdated, or no longer serve us. So when we are using our words to speak and convey, when we are telling our stories, when we are speaking authority over things, we are saying, or this law is saying, I have not been false. I have not been what we say extra. I have not been in denial. I have not been untrue, or I have not laced my experiences with untruths. I have not laced my experiences with untruths. That is not necessarily a lie per se, because a lie can be just very blatant and intentional and deceptive. Sometimes patterns and things that we've learned and things that we actualize are not intentional. They are subconscious deceptions, or they are subconscious avoidances. They are subconscious. And so we are saying, like, we want to bring all of our focus into the consciousness of self, so that we have the power and authority to grow, to develop it, to empower it and ourselves. So I have not exaggerated my words. Our ancestors have listed this as a law of civilization, a law of upright and upstanding character, because it is saying that if you can master this, the accurate and intentionality of your expression, then you have mastered what is going in order for you to express, and you have also shown up in the world as a better, more holistic version of yourself, which will only bring and magnetize extraordinary experiences towards you. It will elevate your spirit. All of these laws say this: operating in this realm, operating in within this law, using this guideline as a structural point for your spirit, will only elevate your spiritual righteousness, which is character. It makes you a better person. This will make you a better person. This is who you are inside, aside from what you have, aside from what you do, aside from your roles and expectations. Who you are at your spirit is what you are drawing into your life. We live in a very spiritually deprived, moralistic, deprived society. We were groomed, bred in a world where war, rape, poverty, what is it? Indoctrination, racism, oppression, and all forms have been just, the order of the times, the way things are done. You cannot come up in a society, you cannot be groomed, bred, raised in a place that is so anti-moralistic and have your fiber of your being intact. And this is why we work so hard. We get to places as we get older and we say, I want to be better. I want to feel better. I want a better life. I want more truth. I want more authenticity. I want what feeds my spirit. We all begin to go on these spiritual journeys of seeking. And the reason that we seek is because our divinity is natural, but our environment is unnatural. Our divinity is natural. Our environment is unnatural. Lack, despair, oppression. These are unnatural brutalities, right? And we are in a place where we're saying, no, and many of us, like I always say about the 42 laws of Maya, many of them go over our head because we feel like we're a good people. I was raised right. Okay, I was raised right. You were raised right. We're not out here doing people wrong. We're not out here being wrong. We are out here speaking the truth. We're not out here, exaggerating, so we don't feel that way. And this is why I'm so excited. I always love to do the 42 Laws to Go. This is my favorite series of A Moment of Harmony. And A Moment of Harmony has had almost 3 years worth of series. And this has been my favorite one of all, because when we talk about getting better, everyone says, do your work, be better, grow. And no one is showing the how. How are we doing our work? How are we growing? How are we being better? Many of us are saying, I'm a good person. I tell the truth. Some of you go to church or other spiritual organizations. I read, I write, I love, I do what's right. And I'm still suffering. My spirit feels heavy. My life still feels heavy. I know that there's more out there for me. I feel suffocated and I feel stifled because you are in a society that is anti you, and being able for us to be able to course through, not just read the 42 laws of Ma'at or any other structural guidelines that you may subscribe to, not just read them, not just memorize them, and not just understand them, but really to actualize them practically as daily operation. This is what I'm so excited for us to be able to do here at a Moment of Harmony. So we're going to get all up into this breakdown coursework of I have not exaggerated my words when speaking, and why these are, so important to our development. So the first part, I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. In order for us to truly be able to break down this meaning, or to be able to break down what is being said in this, for us to be able to understand truly and begin to actualize this law, I want us to get into the power of word and speaking. The powers of our words and speaking. We hear all the time words have powers. We say things like we need to manifest. Watch what you say, because what you speak is what you get. These types of things you draw in. Words have an energy. All of these things are true, right? But the power of word that I want us to be able to focus on is the formula of actualization, okay? The formula for actualization is thought, word, action, or existence. So action and existence kind of has a slash on it. Thought, word, action, or existence, right? This is the formula for actualization. When we want to recreate an environment, whether it is ourselves, our mind, our heart, our spirit, whether it is the environment that we're in, whether it is our family, our relationship, for those who have a romantic relationship, whether our business, when we want to recreate an environment, or we want to expound upon, grow, develop any environment, the formula for actualization is always thought, word, action, or existence. Thought, word, existence. Okay. Word is the medium. Word is the medium. It is the portal for reality. Okay. Word is the process in which your thoughts go through to be into a physical realm. It's what takes energy into reality. Energy into reality. Your words are more than power. They are creation. They are authority. This is why they make things solid. This is why we hear things like in I guess like in slang or what have you, when someone says something deep or says something that you feeling or something that you are affirming, we might say word, truth. That's what we're saying. Word. Oh, is that how it is? Word. Is that the truth? Is that what it is? Word translate is what is existence, right? We've heard a lot when it comes to like the Christians and a lot of gospel music. They say, speak to your season, speak to your mountain. They're talking about authority, the ability to take something from a thought energy, spiritual realm. So when it comes to woman, right, like women like myself, okay, a woman is a physical portal. This is why motherhood is so divine. Not saying that fatherhood is not. I definitely do not speak in absolutes or is or. I am always speaking in and Ma'at, collaboration, togetherness, and harmony. Ding. So I'm not saying fatherhood is not divine. What I'm talking about in this specific instance is the power and beauty and divinity of womanhood through motherhood, because a mother is literally a physical portal between the spiritual existence and the physical. She takes you from being a physical being, your spirit. She takes you from being a spiritual, energetic being, an energy, into the real life world to a physical being. She becomes a portal. Before her, or there is no person, there is no physical actualization of the spirit in human form without coming through the portal of her body. Words are the body of creation. Word is the body. This is why I love words. I am the word girl. Words are one of my favorite things in the whole world. I love words. I love sound, vibration, and the intention that words give to sound and vibration. The definition that words give to sound and vibration, energy, comes through and is. Okay? Words are the body. This is where thoughts, this is where energy, this is where expression is birthed into a physical thing. Now, not just physical like I can see it. Physical also like it exists. It moves, right? Because we have words like love. I love you. Before you said that, most times, before you said it, I did not know it. All right. Before you said it, it did not exist for me. Now we have love in our relationship, or now we have understanding. Now we have forgiveness because you spoke it, you felt it, you thought it. There was a spiritual, divine, energetic creation of it, and then it was birthed into reality. My words birth reality. I want us to really be able to focus in this specific law on the power of word and speaking. Now, the speaking part, the law says, I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. It could have just said, I have not exaggerated my words, right? Because we do many things with words. We speak them, we write them, now we text them. They're saying that it could have just said, like, I don't ever exaggerate my words. But it was very, very intentional, the law, on using the words when speaking. When speaking, we think them, we think words, we think communication. We have nonverbal communication, we have body language, we have energy. It's not saying, and it is not saying I have not exaggerated my words. I have a 2-year-old granddaughter. Woo, the exaggeration, okay? When she gets into herself, okay, and she's feeling some type of way, all of this, right? This is body language. This law says I have not exaggerated my words when I speak. Because when I am behaving, in my body language is my behavior, right? It is an expression, but it is not so. It is not so in such a way as when I speak it. Once I speak it, it is. Because guess what? My body language, I can undo. I can uncross my arms. I can go from a frown to a smile. I can change my body language and change the message. I can undo what was said in my body language. Your king or your queen, they come in a room and they looking at you crazy. You like, what's wrong? You give them whatever it is that they looking at you crazy about, it changes. Okay, we've changed it. You cannot undo spoken word. You cannot take back the words that leave your mouth. They are now birthed, they exist, and they are in the universe. And you no longer control them. You don't control what they do. You don't control the impact that they make. This is power. This is something that comes out into life and it infiltrates, or it merges itself into life in a way that it is real. It is now real. You cannot take back what you have said about me. You cannot. That's why it says I have not exaggerated, because the word is the portal for what exists. what exists, what you do say, what you don't say, what you will say, what you won't say, what you have said, what you haven't said. These are the existences of our lives. Many of us, needing to be more clear. Our oration. Oration is declaration, right? It is power. So, thought, word, existence. This is the formula for actualization. This is why our words are so powerful. And what we put in becomes powerful. For me and my family, if we are peace, 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 king. Me and my family, if we watch a scary movie, if we watch even a true crime documentary, I'm always saging afterwards, whatever it is, because what comes in and what we bring in is in there, and it's going to come out there. And I know that the formula for actualization is thought, word, and existence. That I want to be guarded over my thoughts, because once I have them, if I ever speak them, I birth them. I have birthed this into existence. This is real. So the power of word and the power of speaking is extremely imperative as far as our understanding goes to this law. I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. I am always very careful about my words. I am always very intentional about my energy that is expressed verbally, my oration, because I will give birth to emotion. I will give birth to reaction. I will give birth to interaction. I am exchanging with you who I am internally through my speaking. So when I speak on it, I stand on it. When I speak on it, I stand behind it. When I speak on it, I am in alignment with it. I am behind it. This is why we're always telling children, watch your mouth. Watch what you say. Because you are the authority over your thoughts. And you have power over the energy in your existence. You have power over the energy of where you are. And if we want to go even bigger, you have power over the reality of your life. So when you are speaking authority, thought, word, existence, where I am, whether it is good or bad, how have I gotten here by my oration? What have I declared in my oration that have got me here? Sometimes we get in predicaments or places in life we're not happy with because we refuse to speak up for ourselves or speak up on our behalf for whatever reason. We don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to make the wrong choice. We don't trust ourselves. Sometimes we don't feel worthy that what we are saying is worth anything to be said, or is going to give us any type of resolve or any type of solution. But if you are in a place, if you are at a work, if you are in a career where you are undervalued or exploited, I guaranteed you have not spoken over that situation. And I'm not talking about gossip and venting. I'm talking about speaking divine authority, organizing your thoughts and purifying your thoughts and strengthening the power of thought so that it is birth and word and that you have an existence around you. Many times we speak boundaries. I don't like for you to do that. Please do not do that. I don't stand for this. I don't agree with this. This is physical existence now. My boundary exists because of my words. My love exists because of my words. My mission, my purpose, it exists. It is birthed into reality based on what I am expressing. What is inside of me that I am pouring out. The power of words and the power of speaking. They say closed mouths don't get fed. I would take it a step further and saying closed mouths don't get blessed. Closed mouths don't get free. Closed mouths don't get respect. Okay? Take it a step further in the power of your oration, of the word that you speak. So now that we have gone over like the power of us speaking and the words that we have to say, what happens when we exaggerate the word, right? What happens when we exaggerate peace? Thank you. What happens when we exaggerate what we say? So if what we speak on is the existence, if what we speak on is reality, if what we speak on and the words that we speak is power, words are power. If this is a PowerPoint for us, what happens when we do exaggerate that? So the law says, I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. To exaggerate something is to expand or inflate it. Okay? It is to expand it or inflate it. Again, we're going back to not that a lie. In this law, we're not talking about a blatant lie, because our ancestors can say, I have not been dishonest. We've had dishonesty throughout the other laws. They could say, I haven't told a lie, or I haven't gone against the truth. This says, I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. So again, we're not talking about flat out deception. We're talking about subconscious inaccuracies, untruths, things that don't serve us, things that aren't accurate, that don't speak to our promise, that don't speak to our purpose, that don't speak to our development. I have not spoken words that do not speak to the truth of me. Okay, we're not talking about a flat out lie. Everyone knows what a flat out lie is. Okay, it's just not true. You know it and you're saying it. We're talking about inconsistencies, again, the patterns, things that are untruths, things that are not validated, and things that are not supportive of who and where you are. So if we were to exaggerate that, we are to expand those things, we are to inflate those things. So it is to say, your childhood, okay? This is an example I want to use. There are people out here see me. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Praise, give thanks. Okay, I forgot. See me. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Praise, give thanks. Okay, I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode, and I was told that would help, or do not disturb. That's what it was. Do not disturb would help when people call in, because it blocks me out. It jumps me out. And I completely forgot about it. I've been forgetting about it. Lord have mercy. So, but we're back. Okay, someone called and it jumps out my screen and it messes up my live, but we're back. The last time it did that, it took me all the way out. Okay, but I'm back. We're here. So where was I? Okay, exaggerating, right? Expanding or inflating. This is an example of what I mean by not necessarily telling a lie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, my volume is going in and out. We can't be heard. Can I be heard? Can you hear me now? Oh, that sucks so bad. What is happening? What is happening on this beautiful one today? Okay, I'm being told that the volume is not everything that it needs to be, so I'm trying to adjust. Okay. I don't know. All I know to do is go out and come back in, so we'll see. We shall see, guys. Please bear with me. We'll see that the volume works for us at this point. I'm sorry that there is being an audio issue, because I definitely want us to get through our moment this morning. Okay. Oh, okay. I wanted to give an example. Okay. Ashe, Asante. I wanted to give an example of what the difference between an untruth, something just being completely untrue, and an exaggeration, so that we are clear on how these things can subtly happen in our lives and how they can be counterproductive to our spiritual core development. Okay, so again, I was giving the example of childhood. Some people may speak on their childhood, and they may say they had a horrible childhood. They may say that they were not loved, or that every day was horrible. You know, they may highlight the traumas of their childhood, say that, you know, they were beat or they were violated, and they would say that was the summation of their childhood. Now, it's not a lie, right? That is their experience of their childhood. But what would be the exaggeration of the words when speaking to others about yourself, about your reality, and also when you hear yourself speak about your life? Now, again, I'm not saying don't be honest when it comes to telling your story. I'm saying being mindful that what you are saying is accurate. So a lot of times in this society, we speak in extremes. Things either were good or they were bad. Things either happened or they didn't. Things were nice or someone was nice or they were mean. And sometimes that can come up as an exaggeration. You are exaggerating and say, my father was never nice to me. Never. This is an exaggeration. This is an inflation of what actually is taking place. This becomes problematic to us because the narratives that we think become what we speak, and they remain what is. Those things that we think become what we express, and they remain what the reality is. Many of us are stuck in a reality. We're stuck in a reality that doesn't serve us because we are repeating or repetitive in a narrative that doesn't serve us. We are drawn to the pain of our situation. We are drawn to the trauma of our situation, meaning that I spent a great deal of my womanhood as a single mother. And I could go on and on and on and on and on if you want about the downs of being a single mother, about the negatives, about, oh my God, oh, this was horrible, or that was horrible. Or I could also, when I speak on the power. I could also be holistic in my expression. I could not only say, yes, this was difficult and that was difficult, but guess what? I was empowered. I was grown. Many of us have those experiences. You went into the military, or you are a product of divorce, or you were incarcerated, or you were a teen parent, or there were all types of things, violated, a survivor of attempted homicide and things to that nature. Many of us have horror stories, and then we narrate, or we continue to perpetuate the horror in our stories by exaggerating the what is, not what took place, but where we are and what was. People will say absolutes like, I never was loved as a child. This is an inflation on most parts. I never had anything good. We might come out of a marriage, and we might be in a divorce, and we'll say it was a horrible marriage. I never should have. This person never loved me. I have not exaggerated my words when speaking the truth. The discipline and the focus of honesty in what I speak creates honesty in my reality. So that which I do deserve, that which I am worthy of, I can have because it has a place around me. Because I have not just filled my life up. Inflation, expansion, exaggeration. I haven't filled my life up with emotion, and I have balanced the reality. I have also balanced and found the reasoning. I found strength. I've looked into my pain and I found my purpose. Shout out to Marvin Sapp, okay? I've looked into my pain and I found my purpose in a way that I am balanced in what I exude, in what I express. I do not speak a narrative of despair only. Okay, I do not exaggerate. I hated that meal. We say things. This is on a very minute level. That food was so nasty. Did you hate the meal? If someone calls me again, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go crazy. I hope y'all can still hear me. Okay. So exaggerate or expand the truth. The reason that we do not want to, I'm going to reiterate this, we want to guard against inflating or expanding things far beyond what they actually were, negatively or positively. The reason that we want to guard against that is because our words define and they translate reality. Our words define and translate reality. Our words define and they translate reality. Yes, it is just that serious. What we do say, what we don't say, how we say, how we don't say. Our words define and translate reality. Again, the portal. Our words are the body of existence. They are the portal between thought and reality. So it is an outline, if you will. Our words become a structure for what is for us. It becomes an outline and a structure for our lives. If we are expanding or exaggerating what we are saying, reality cannot fit within the structure of our words. And if reality cannot fit within this framing of your words, then reality cannot fit in the framing of your life, of your reality. So that husband or that wife that you are looking for cannot fit in your reality because you have created a reality that is not in alignment with what is and what should be. Your money, the finances that you are looking for, that you are needing, they cannot fit into this construct because you have exaggerated things. You have inflated them. They are far out there. They are not in a real place, and so they cannot be in here, which is self, which is life, which is existence. What are you talking about? Right? We say that when someone says something crazy or bizarre. What are you even talking about? I'm saying that as it pertains to your life, a life that may be lacking resource, a life that is lacking love, a life that is lacking connection, a life that is lacking growth. What are you talking about? Are we telling ourselves narratives that are exaggerated? Right? Especially those of color. We have 100,000 narratives of self that are not true, that are inflated, stereotypes, all of those things. Are you speaking on that? Are you regurgitating that? Are you repeating that for yourself and for others? Peace and hotep. Are you? And if you are doing so, then you remember that your words are defining and they are translating your thoughts into reality. They are creating an outline for your life. And if you want things to fit into your life, honestly and truly, you want things that you deserve and things that belong to you, what is had for you. You want those things. Then you must make sure that you are creating a construct, an outline for your life that is real, that is honest, that is balanced and meiotic, that is balanced. Stop saying narratives, stop repeating narratives, stop operating in narratives that are untrue, that are one-sided, that are counterproductive, and that do not work for you. It keeps going. I'm saying things like all men are dogs. This is an exaggeration. All these women want is monies and BBL, right? Money and they only want me for my money. Are we speaking these things? I'm sure everyone is not. Peace, Baba. I used to say it's Baba and with that. Now, listen, I got the Wally Moore on the line. Now I'm gonna be. What am I gonna say now? Okay, the master. Peace, Baba. Always an honor. So are we speaking these? I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. Are we speaking these things over our realities? And is this why our realities are what they are? Okay? This is what our ancestors have put into place for us as it pertains to us growing and developing ourselves into our highest level of operation. You cannot speak low and operate high. You cannot speak lack and have abundance. We are not saying don't be honest. We're not saying don't tell your story. We're saying sell the whole thing. Do not inflate and expand beyond the structure of which you are in. And balance is everywhere. I do not want to minimize anyone's trauma or their experiences, but I promise you that if you look into the darkest pits of your life, because I don't believe that we serve a cruel creator, if you look into the darkest pits of your life, there is a balance there. So for you to say, oh, it was only horrible, this is all what they did you learn there? Did you grow there? Did you become there? Did you survive in there? Were you warriorized in that moment, in this experience? Well, then do not exaggerate your pain and despair to the point that you do not make room for your lessons and your blessings and your growth. Because what will happen is that you will have a life full of your pain and despair, and you will not have room for your lessons and your blessings and your growth. Okay? I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. Okay, here's the last point, and we're going to get ready to get out of here. we went over the power of the word, the power of word and the power of speaking, the formula for actualization: thought, word, existence. Thought, word, existence. This is how we actualize anything. This is how every single thing in our life comes to be. The formula of existence: thought, word, existence, making word a very powerful and prominent proponent to actualization. It becomes the portal between energy, thought, and reality, physical, tangible existence. Okay? Thought, word, existence. So we know that we are watching what we are saying. We are watching how we are saying, and we are specifically, because we talked about body language, we are specifically all the languages, but what we speak, we are understanding the power on that. Then we went into, of course, exaggeration, right? Not to expand or inflate what is. And again, we're not talking about flat out lying. We're talking about repeating patterns, narratives that do not serve you, that are untrue, that have been fed to you in disservice of yourself. It is fed to you in disservice, and you are going out and expressing these narratives that are not of you, for you, and will not elevate you. Now, so we say, okay, well, we know now, Mama Harmony, we know that what we've discussed how the words we say are powerful, right? Our words are more than just utterances of whatever we're thinking or whatever we're saying. They deserve intention, they deserve thought, they deserve structure, because they are creating a reality for us and those things that we are connected to and the things that we exchange with. Okay. And we know that we shouldn't be out here exaggerating. We shouldn't be out here operating out of pain and trauma in a way that we are not speaking the full truth, and we are not learning full lessons, and we are not expressing our fullness. Okay. We learned that. So if we want to get to the place where, okay, pay more attention to what we're saying. Do not exaggerate. Do not get to the point, like, be more intentional about what is the truth in what I believe. What is the truth in what I express and who I am? Yes, we want to do those things. How can we do that more regularly? How can that be a part of our everyday? And the reason this becomes a really good question, because again, with the 42 laws of Ma'at, the 42 laws of Ma'at are intended as a declaration, or a proclamation at the beginning of the day, and a declaration at the end of the day. No, and the other way around. Declaration and a proclamation. At the beginning of the day, I say, I will not exaggerate my words when speaking. And then I proclaim at the end, I have not, right? At the end of my day. And the reason that this becomes so imperative when we are studying the 42 laws of Ma'at is because of the amount of work, the implication on the amount of work, peace, 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 the implication on the amount of work needed to develop and grow yourself, especially those of us who have grown in such an anti-moralistic society, an anti-cultural society, our culture per se, and those of us that come up in a society that grows, that is actualized, it is empowered off of the disempowered, right? It is the empowered, meaning that there are ill-gotten gains in a place like this. And for there to be ill-gotten gains mean that we have had some ill-gotten information and some ways of being. This is how this place survives, how this place is. So for us to get to the point of, I start my day off saying, I will not exaggerate in my speaking. I will be exact. I will be intentional. I'll be honest. When I am talking about my past, when I'm talking about my past relationships, when I'm talking about my desires, when I'm talking about my experiences, when I am speaking on what I want or what I deserve, I will not speak in absolutes. It was all good. It was all bad. It was all right. It was all wrong. Right? I will not exaggerate my traumas or my pains, my wants or my needs in a way that they cannot actualize reality. That real things can't take place. Real things can't fit into the narrative that I've constructed. So, that becomes so difficult, like I said, because of where we are and because of who we've been bred to be And that's why we're so amazing and we're so extraordinary for the work that we put in ourselves every single day to be who we were meant to be and not who we were made to be. Okay? Be who we were meant to be and not who we've been made to be. And by made, I mean shaped. We see exaggeration in speaking all the time, speaking in absolutes, speaking in untruths, speaking in exploitation, speaking in manipulation, right? We watch, those of us that watch TV or on YouTube or scroll through social media, there's all types of commercials and marketing that's like, are you tired of living this way? Don't you wish you could? Just the exaggeration of human life and emotion, of spiritual beingness and completion, complete voidance, first off, complete voidance of any type of spirituality in our needs. Every single thing we hear about our needs is void of spirituality. It's void of no commercial, no anything that we take part in this social construct ever speaks to our spirit and the needs of our spirit and the holisticness of what we actually are. You cannot take part in constant exploitation, constant deception, and not believe that your thoughts are exaggerated, that your understanding of things have been in some way exaggerated. So when we make this declaration at the beginning of the day, I will not be exaggerated. I will not exaggerate my words when I speak. I won't say things like, oh, I hate black people. All black people are so lazy. You know, things like that. We won't speak those things because, again, I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. I have not spoken on the things, again, that do not serve us and that are not real about who I am and about who we are and about where I want to be. What I am speaking needs to be in alignment with not only who I was, but who I'm wanting to be. And so, again, the whole picture needs to be present in my presentation. The whole picture needs to be expressed in my expression. Okay? So, it is easy to start the day out saying, I have not or I will not exaggerate my words. When asked my truth, I will speak my truth. When needing to stand up and speak for myself, I will do so. When needing to recall or recount or reflect, I will do so accurately and intentionally. I will not exaggerate my words when speaking. And then to get to the end of the day and say, look, I done made it through a whole day in the USA, okay? I done made it through a whole day in the USA, and I have not exaggerated my words. How do you feel, Mom? I'm exhausted. Now, this might not be untruth, but is it balanced and does it speak to where you are going, right? This is a work in progress. This is us doing our work. This is easier said than done. And that's why we are working to the point where the things are easier done than even what we have to say, because we have to put that type of energy into our empowerment and our betterment and our improvement because of the type of energy that is put into our decline, the type of energy that is put into our despair. We must work hard at flipping that thing around. So in order for us to get to a place where we are easily being able to be accurate, easily being able to have truth, easily being able to have balance in what it is that we are speaking and creating for ourselves, we have to accurately articulate. I don't want you to stop and ask yourself, am I telling the truth? Am I being too dramatic? Am I being too am I speaking from too much trauma? Am I speaking from too much pain? Am I just doing too much? I don't want you to have to keep asking yourself that, because guess what? In a society like this, 9 times out of 10 you are. You don't even have to ask yourself about it. It is harsh. It is intrusive. It is oppressive. It is constant, what we live under and what we live in. So are you being too much? Probably. Because you're dealing with too much. You're seeing too much. You're being exposed to too much. You're experiencing too much. You're probably being too much. I don't even want you to ask yourself that, okay? I don't want that to be your focus on transformation. What I want you to focus on, am I accurately articulating what it is I'm feeling, what it is I'm experiencing, what it is I need, what it is I want, what it is I'm going through? Am I accurately articulating? Woo child woo, okay? Woo child woo, because again, we so often get caught up in the feelings and the emotions of others. We get caught up in fear. We get caught up in inferiority practices. We get caught up in so many things. If you would stop and be able to think about the things that chokehold your truth, if you would just stop and pause on the things that make you slow to truth and slow to speak, you would stop and say, goodness gracious, the pressures that are oppressing what it is I have to say, what it is, the way that I feel and the way that things are, and also what it is that I need in my life. Am I accurately articulating? Let me say, before I express myself, let me make sure that my articulations are accurate. I'm not speaking to cover up. I'm not speaking to hide. I'm not speaking to validate. I'm not speaking to perpetuate. I'm not speaking to placate. I'm not speaking to influence. Am I accurately articulating? For whatever reason, my money, my finances, my relationships, personal, interpersonal, romantic, business, family, am I accurately articulating myself? And not just what I say, but how I say, what it is that I represent and what it is that I speak from my mouth. I have not exaggerated when speaking. In development of myself, I have made sure that my words are accurate. My experiences are accurate. They're not shrouded in fear. They're not shrouded in resentment. They're not shrouded in rage, right? They're not shrouded in manipulation or exploitation. I have carefully reflected upon who I am, how I am, so that I can continue to correct and build who I am and how I am accurately, not exaggerately, accurately. Okay, have I accurately articulated in every form of my expression? This is why we must be intentional about the accurate articulation, what it is we're saying to ourselves, what it is we are saying to others, and what it is we are saying to the world and speaking in reality for self. Your reality is what you have spoken for self. I can't stand none of the people in this house, reality that you have speaking or speaking for yourself. I hate being here, reality that you are speaking for yourself. I don't, nothing good is here, reality that you are speaking for yourself. I ain't gonna find nothing, this is nothing, reality that you are speaking for yourself. I have not exaggerated my words when I am speaking. I have not played with my power, is what this law is saying. I have not played with the power and the authority I have in word, divine utterance. I have not played with the power. Peace, 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 Mr. Carter. I have not played with the power I have in my words. My words give birth to my reality, and my beingness is important to me, important enough for me to be accurate in my articulation of it. Again, not influenced, accurate, not swayed, accurate, not manipulated, accurate, not traumatized, accurate. Tell it like it is, all the way is. All the way should be. Draw into your life truth by speaking out truth. It's like a fishing reel. You throw out truth, you pull in truth. You throw out trauma, you pull in trauma. You throw out lies, you pull in lies. You throw out fear, guess what you pull in? Y'all got it. Y'all smart like that, okay? Accurately articulate. Protect and project your power. This is how I want us to look at our words. This is how I want us to look at our utterance. This is how I want us to look at the speak. I am connected to you by the sound word power that I have formulated into truth by making my words. Divine sound word power that I have formulated into truth by being able to make it a word and to articulate it to you. It binds us, it connects us, it creates. Your words and my words, they create. They create beef, They create love. They create harmony. They create unity. They create division. That's what our words do. And we bring them together and we build together. So protect and project your power of the word. Project and protect your power and your ability to speak. That is what this law is saying in so many words. I have not exaggerated my words when I am speaking. I am careful, I am honest, I am true, and I draw in that which is careful, honest, and true. I love you all so much. Y'all go ahead and keep on enjoying this day of Ujima, and let's go and work together, okay? Cooperative economics. Enjoy your holidays. Build up to a wonderful, safe, and connected new year. I love you all so much, and I cannot wait to see you next week for another moment of harmony. Big honor and big ups to Bobby Imhotep on my live. Yeah, I'm sweating over here. Y'all can't see it, but the hair is poofing up because I got a the big dog is on the line, okay? I love y'all all so much. Listen. I won't see you before the new year. I love you, Baba. I won't see you before the new year comes in because it'll be next weekend, okay? Or at least when, y'all do all the countdowns and things like that. So here. Take really, really good care of yourself. Take really, really good care of yourself. Stop speaking down about the year that you've been in. The year that you've come through has gotten you where you are. Stop speaking negative about it. Stop being imbalanced about it. Have gratitude and watch what happens to the new year that you go into, okay? Take really, really, really good care of yourself, and then go on out your way and take really good care of someone else. Happy Kwanzaa. I love you all so much. Be blessed.